Moon was so clutch to grab him all the materials he needed as well. Here it is. Polarized, though, has that shockwave launch. You wanted to know who had it, and it's him on height. And now he's looking to fight it out for his life, though. On the other side, Ill is still up there as well. And now we have Coop down on the low ground, really tearing it up. 4 eliminations for Coop. Someone's got him backed out against the Storm, though. He's got to take the fight. He's going to step in, and yes, he catches another one. That's going to be the 5th elimination now. He's still very much in the game. I'm seeing Ronaldo. I'm seeing Dub still here. Blake still alive. Jayth fighting his way up the high ground as well.
Is coming down to this. 6 players alive right now. Big names. Who's who of this one? Blake trying to have a big performance here. 4 eliminations already on the board. Going up again. I have to think he has one of the better mat advantages right now. Only 23 builds, but this late in the game, when the zone is about to close out, that is very good as Ronaldo having to skirt the storm. Coop takes down Jayth. Ronaldo must have flop as he does. Can he come back in? Can he make a play? Illest, Dubs. Blake putting the pressure down onto Dubs. He gets the elimination. 4 players left. Blake has the high ground. This could be his game. This could be everything to start off the tournament for Blake. He has all the advantages. It's a 1v1. It's Blake versus Illis. Can Blake close it out? Can he jump up and have the huge game 1 performance? Illis can't get up the hill.
No.
He can't get a footing. Blake has all the advantage. Blake has to win this one. Illis down in zone. All Blake has to do is wait this one out and just hold, and he's going to be the game 1 winner of the NA East FNCS Grand Finals. Blake takes it away with 6 eliminations and 20 points on the board.
He did that so textbook as well, just holding that height. He knew he had it once Illa slipped down the mountain. Hats off to Ronaldo, though, who got top 3 as well. What a big, big game for our competitors there coming into game number 1. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be sending it over to the boys at the analyst table to break it all down for us. That was a great game 1 and a great showing for the opening here at the FNCS Grand Finals, NA East.
Aussie Monster D-Face, you guys are the best flight captains in the world. What's going on, guys? It's me, Zeke. We're here with Sundown. We're going to be breaking down some of the action. I gotta say, Sundown, the old guard and NA East have all been falling, and it's very interesting specifically that we do see Blake picking up the victory route, because we saw this literally exact thing play out in Europe. You have 2 players walking into that final 1v1 with 5 eliminations. The one person that wins gets that 4-point swing to start the day.
And that ends up pushing him up to a 20-point first game, which if he's able to capitalize on, could be huge. But you talked about some of the old guard falling. However, towards the end there, you still had some of the old guard up as well. Blake's been around for a while. Ronaldo pushing towards the top, and Dubs also making it towards the end with Illis finally falling to Old Man Mountain. So you can see the scoreboard reflecting a little bit of that there. Blake in first right now, Illis in second, Coop in third, Colazo, Han rounding out 4th and 5th. Hoofishy, Cozies, Skittles, and then Dubs and Ronaldo will be the top 10. But notice everyone 5th through 10th, even on 11 points, but the difference being the eliminations currently rocking out on the tiebreaker.
Absolutely. Now we're going to flip on over to the next page. And again, it's just more of these names. We're so used to seeing Jayth, Polarized, Agers, Jack, Aspect, right? Jelty, P-God. I think ultimately, like, this first game, and we saw sort of happen in EU, it's like a general feeler, right? Like, you have 6 games to play. You know you're competing with the 100 best in your region. Now, what happens? Is my drop spot contested? What does my pathing look like? You know, there's so many, all these variables we have to keep in mind, especially as we move throughout these games. I feel like this first one's fine, right? Like, we have some points on the board. That's okay. Now what we have to look forward to is, like, where do these people land? How do they adjust to this new meta that's kind of self-contained in the grand finals? And what they need to do to ensure themselves making it into the top placement, as, I guess, as high up along the placement as possible.
Yeah, and the goal is to be able to convert off of this first game. So we kind of talked about in the intro of the show, what is the pacing of a 6-game tournament? And over the course of it, you really kind of want to get yourself established early, because whoever gets out to that lead is going to start running it. And if you fall before getting that first round of placement points, or even that second round of placement points, it can get really hard to establish yourself into a rhythm and get the game moved.
Absolutely, my man. Here we go. We're going to take a look at some of them. I mean, Calc, you know, he put on a show for us yesterday. He said, look, guys, I'm going to make some stuff happen, but couldn't get the footing you're talking about here in the first game.
Yeah, and the same thing happening to Boogie here is getting caught. And notice a common theme for all of these players. They're all on the edge of zone. They're rotating right around the timer with everyone else. and they're not establishing control over their space. But all of a sudden, all of these other names go down, and you get an opportunity to step up. And notice here how Blake had 0 mats. He had next to nothing there, next to nothing here again, and he's chaining together these impact eliminations. Those 3rd and 4th elims, if he doesn't get those, he doesn't turn this into a more. He doesn't create a victory royale. He doesn't have 20 points in the lead. But because he's able to get those elims and then had the harpoon to be able to get the loot and turned it into another one, he maintains the high ground control, and as the circle moves back over the course of the mountain, he gets the elimination onto Illust as well. And again, we go back to his first 2 eliminations. We talked about the 3rd and 4th ones being so key. He had nothing in those early ones as well. You saw his loadout and you saw his mats. He had to push forward and he had to find them. So all of a sudden we talk about how every one of those little interactions matter. He shows 6 different key ones, but particularly the first 4 changed the course of his game, and it wasn't a traditional route that we've seen in solos to a victory royale, but a very well executed one.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. These are the old guard we're talking about, right? They know how to play the game. They have the time. They have all of the hours dedicated to playing and having and kind of owning that mechanical prowess. And now it's just kind of falling back on that, right? And that's what led Blake to the win here. And I gotta know, like, I think the biggest question for me is like, look back at EU game 1.
imagine that other player here is the big Clix. So Clix has been playing a lot smarter recently, but if you're going anywhere right now and you're going to have to try and take an early fight, it's not going to want to be with Clix.
And just to answer the question, it was just a weird cross of fate between Aspect finding Cody on the storm line and then Polarized picking it up at that exact moment when he went down.
Yeah.
We'll see how Caddy's launcher plays its factor into this game here. On the other hand, though, we have a battle breaking out, and there's a big group of Marauders on the bridge looking to play spoiler here, part of this fight. You can hear the shots going off. They're just ringing. I think they have the focus on the player on the run right now. And yes, Prickly Boy looking for the big shot. No, he's not going to find it. My God, those are some great AR following. That's going to be one that he's going to desperately need because his game one was nothing impressive either.
And Reverse, someone who has been performing really, really well recently. Obviously, he had his kind of rise to prominence around World Cup, qualified for solos, had that legendary duo run with Ninja, almost managing to qualify. And since then, kind of, I feel like had a bit of a slump in between, didn't hear too much, but recently was a player that I had high expectations for, performing so well in solos and trios. And he goes down again, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on there. He reacted well, though. Booger had the crash pad, fell in through the roof we've seen so much. Reverse managed to turn around and put the stare on his head to block it. So reacted well, but just, Kanata falls to Ronaldo.